Awesome. So, hello everyone. I welcome you all to today's Meshery development meeting. Today is 26th November, Wednesday, and I think everyone enjoying the Thanksgiving in the US especially. And as we start with the meeting, those who don't know, in this meeting we usually discuss on Mishri's contributions from maintainers, contributors, and community managers, and updates. And those who don't know what Mishri is a cloud native management platform, helps you to manage your cloud infrastructure, not cloud native infrastructure. You can learn more about the Mishri on mishri.io. Mishri is a CNCF sandbox project, and we follow the CNCF code of conduct as well. So, yeah, so before we start and dive into the meeting, I will call out a couple of housekeeping items. One is make sure you add your names in the attendees list. So I'll share the link of the document in the chat. You can add your name in the attendees list. And the second thing is, if you are new to today's call, uh, feel free to unmute yourself, introduce, say hi, where are you calling from, anything. If it's your chance to say hi to other maintainers and contributors in the community. So yeah, is someone new first time? Sohani, I'm guessing this is the first time in today's call. Just in case if you are not able to unmute yourself, feel free to drop introduction in chat. We'll be interacting in the chat as well. I'm guessing Shohani having some issues. I'll probably ask Kevin.
Hello.
Hey. Would you like to give a quick introduction? Say hi to other contributors and maintainers.
Yep. Hello everyone. I'm Kevin from New Delhi, India. I'm just a CA student now and uh, recently diving into the open source community projects, starting to contribute and all.
Thank you, Kevin. Welcome to the today's call. Uh, Anyone else? Shrikant, would you like to go? Parthiv or I think Kuldeep?
Yeah, hi. Hi, Yash.
Hey, Kuldeep.
Yeah, okay. It's Kuleep, and currently I'm in my fourth year and I'm doing an internship. And I also want to dive in open source and contribution and explore all that. So here I am.
Nice to have you, Kuldeep. Welcome to today's call. Okay, so
Thank you.
I see other names which are familiar, but in case I'm missing, I'll wait for 5 more seconds. You can unmute yourself and introduce. Also, I'll encourage that if you can, turn up your camera would be nice because it's always nice to chat with a face than a voice. So if you can, just you can do it. You don't need to worry about what you're wearing. I was just cooking food before coming to the meeting. And I just came to the meeting and I got the message that we have a meeting. But yeah, thank you, Kevin, for turning up the camera. And yeah, if anyone else would like to do that. Okay, I see most other names are familiar, so I'll just directly dive into the meeting. And let's start with some of our agenda items, standing agenda items. Is Matthew here today with us, Goa?
I think he messaged that he'll be absent for half of the meeting. So we expect him during the second half.
Okay, so I am guessing I'm also not able to join us today for covering the UI standing agenda item. Or anyone else like to cover the UI agenda item today?
Yeah. I don't know that we've got anybody.
Um,
We got it's the no, we don't. We
Maybe
don't.
we'll circle back when if Ian joins or Matthew joins.
Sure.
Let's go to the announcement part. I think Arvid wanted to cover try the new Mishri Docker extension, Canvas extension. I am not seeing Arvid here in the call today as well.
Yeah. I think he yeah. So Ovid is away from keyboard currently, although this one I could speak to. So there is who all runs. So by the way, there's less than 20 of us on the call. So let's make it interactive, which will help keep me entertained. And because the less entertained I am, the more bored I get. The more bored I get, the more of an a-hole I become. And I get really sarcastic because it gets really boring. So if you're on the call, put on your webcams. And if you don't have a shirt on, that's the only thing that's required for your webcam. Like Yash said, just a shirt. If you have messy hair, I'll mess up my hair just to make you feel better. I will. You just got to prove that you got messy hair. So if
You
you're
can
on the call, flip on, yeah, or yeah, flip on your webcam, or I might ask that you leave the call because it just signals that you're not really here to participate. You're not really here to engage. So Suhani and Parthiv, Kuldeep, and Husseina, let's connect. Let's get those webcams up, or just signal that it's time for you to go, that you got to go. I'm spending my time freely. No one is paying me. I'm about to teach you guys a bunch of things, I suspect, just from what each of you had said that you know what your backgrounds are. And so I'm hoping you'll teach me any number of things as well. But Parthiv, Kuldeep, Suhani, last call, get those webcams up, or I'll give you another 10 seconds. We'll excuse you from the call. And you won't benefit from today's knowledge or engaging with others. But maybe you'll be back next Wednesday with webcam up. All right, Suhani's with us. Good. And Kuldeep is with us. I think that just leaves Parthiv. Sakia. Is that how you say it? Parthiv. Peer pressure. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh, they want. No, I don't want to send a report to Zoom. I just want to bump them. Yes. Okay, good. All right. All right, good. Hopefully Parthiv comes back next week with webcam. Okay, good. For the rest of us, we're getting to know each other. Good. There's Kuldeep. There's the guy who was giving his intro earlier. He's just getting into open source. Good. We run this community somewhat similar to other communities, although a little bit more special. Most of them don't ask you to introduce Kuldeep, but we do. And I can see you now. We're connecting. This is good. This is good. So, by the way, that's a lot of what the open source is about relationships. It's about all that soft human stuff that some of us would otherwise just, rather dig our face into the keyboard instead. But actually, there's not a lot that you get done without it. So Abhishek, thanks for joining. It's good to have you. You're Abhishek with no name, no last name, Abhishek. I recall you. Will you turn on your webcam, sir, please? And let's have you on the call. Okay. So I was going to give an update about. Oh, and so right now, Docker captains, there's a Docker captains program. They're meeting right now. They've got about 20 minutes left in their program. One of the things that we're doing in working with them is creating a new Docker extension. So Abhishek, I know that I'm pronouncing your name completely accurately and correctly. If you don't turn your webcam, my man, we got to excuse you. This is a webcam required meeting this time. Abhishek. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Abhishek, next time, next Wednesday, bring your webcam and you'll be able to partake. The next time for sure. Excellent. Okay, see ya. Bye. Click. All right. All right, so one of the maintainers here, Abid Sophie, he's been working on a new Docker extension. Has anyone created a Docker extension before? Kevin, have you?
Not yet.
Okay. Hey, nice answer. Okay, not yet. Not yet. Good. Yeah, guess what? They're pretty easy to make actually. They're not too rough. There's just a couple of components to creating one. This is this community's second time creating one. So if who, by the way, this is why I was asking to have on webcams because I was going to ask a question. Who has or rather, who uses or has used or has installed or has running any of that Docker desktop? Does anybody has um, we can do it like this with the hand up in the video, or we can do it with the hand and the signal down below. We're gonna hold it up for a little while. So I've run Docker desktop. Kevin has, Lorenzo has, and this isn't like you're in the cool club or something like that. This is just, and if you haven't run it, it's not like you're not you. We're gonna take your nerd badge off your shirt. Like you're not a nerd, you don't get to, that's not it. It's just like, hey, how relevant is Docker desktop to folks? Okay, good. I know it sucks to hold your hand up for that long. Thanks for doing it though. Good. And then we've got um, Mr. Taiwo. Taiwo, you've been on the call a number of times, which is great. You've landed a few different PRs that I'm aware of, maybe more than I'm aware of. But Taiwo, are you in a position to turn on your webcam? We are having a webcam required meeting. Do you mind?
Not, not at the moment. Apologies.
Yep, sounds like you're not in a position to participate today. Is that what you're saying? I don't care if your hair is disheveled or if you have a wart in the middle of your forehead or
No.
three
Not any of
noses.
that. I'm in a public space, so and I'll be moving around a lot.
Yes, I can't hear you anyway. So, like, dude, did anyone else understand what you said? Tejas, did you? Tejas, I mean. In where I live, it's Tejas, it's Texas. But Tejas, Tiwari, did you hear him? Yeah, you are on mute, so I don't hear you. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, you did? Did you hear Tewa? Taiwo?
No, he wasn't
Yeah.
audible enough.
Yeah. Did it sound something? Did it sound about like that? I don't know. That's
Yeah.
what okay. All right. That's about what I got. All right. Tewo, amen. You got to bring the tools to, participate. And if you don't have them today, I'm going to politely ask that we let you come back on next Wednesday with a functioning microphone and a webcam if you could. I hope that's not too much to ask. It's just like you're going to play baseball or going to play cricket. If you don't bring your bat or your glove or your jersey, like you just can't, you just got to bring the required materials to play ball. And so here it's a keyboard and a mouse. Any kind of mouse will do. But okay, well, do you have a webcam today?
No, apologies. I'm currently in a public place and I'm moving around a lot, and I'm using my mobile phone. So I won't be
Okay.
able to.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna excuse you for today, man. Can we get you back on Wednesday?
Wednesday. Okay, that should work.
Oh, great, great, perfect. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll catch you in a week. We'll catch you next time.
Okay. Do I have
Thank you.
to exit the meeting now, or?
Yeah, if you don't mind, we're just we're trying to make sure that everybody gets included and no one gets left behind. And that in order to do that, everyone understands, everyone can see each other and see what they think is funny, how annoying Lee is with these rules, how upsetting it is to everyone because you can just see it on their faces. So yeah, Tewo, hey, we'll catch you next Wednesday.
All right.
Okay,
Have a good
thank
one,
you, sir.
everyone.
Sounds good. Oh, very good. Oh, he self-ejected. That's wonderful. Okay. All right. Anyway, so this is the community's second one. I can't quite recall how many other contributors helped create the original Meshery one, but it's out there. So if you use Docker Desktop, you know how most of you have gotten a chance to use Docker, maybe from the command line, and some of you have installed the GUI, this Docker Desktop. For a while, they didn't have a Docker Desktop on the on Linux, but they do now. So it's on Mac, Windows, and Linux. So you can go try it out if you want to. You don't have to. But the extensions that Docker has, there's a new, the Docker CLI has extensions. Actually, the Docker CLI has plugins, and I've created a couple about 10 years ago now, I guess. And but now Docker Desktop has extensions, and you can and these are applications packaged inside of a container, or a couple of, or 3 or 4, however many containers that you can readily install from the sort of the extensions marketplace, which is here. So we were just working with Ajit. I was just talking to him today, actually, on getting the latest one published. But so he just published one yesterday on PenPop. These are extensions that you can pick from. Here's our latest one, Canvas. You just click to install the app. And so the app gets installed right inside your Docker desktop, inside the app that I'm sharing. And for Canvas, it's got a small login page. And so when you install an extension or Docker extension, it just the app itself embeds inside of Docker Desktop, inside of their app. So it means you don't have to leave Docker Desktop to do whatever you're doing. In this case, if you're using Canvas, you can do something like import a Docker Compose file. If I could find one. You can import Helm charts or Kubernetes manifests or like all kinds of other things, but just the assumption is, so here's my new design that was just imported. It gave it a new name right here. The assumption is that if you're inside of Docker Desktop, that maybe you are dealing with Docker Compose files. Maybe you want to convert those Compose files to a Kubernetes application. And so Canvas does that for you. Yesterday, we just had a new release of this extension in which if you click the link here, oh no, I'm not running the new version. Anyway, it'd be nice to test this out real fast. So yeah, so anyway, this project, any of you are welcome to work on. It is, like I was trying to say before, it's quite simple. The extensions, it's a React-based interface. The little UI that we were interfacing with, it's just a super small React app right here, as soon as it shows up. And it makes REST calls out to Meshery. And that's where we imported our design. This isn't the latest version of the app. So yeah, that's too bad. I was hoping we could test the new hyperlinks. But anyway, you can open up Canvas from here. Canvas is one of Meshery's extensions. This particular extension is probably a familiar interface for a lot of you. So there's the file that we just imported. Turns out this is a compose file that is Meshery's compose file. So after the Docker compose file gets imported, it takes a moment, but each of the components get evaluated for how they relate to one another. And so it takes a moment to then figure out those relationships and diagram those. And then from here, you can deploy the app, deploy Meshery if you want to. But the point is, Abid Sofi, for the most part, has been working on this. He only worked on it for like a couple days. And he's got a blog post drafted with Docker. And so his name will be out in docker.com early next week when they publish the blog post announcing it. So there's that project. If you guys saw that pretty simple UI, there's any number more things that it could do. There's all kinds of other data that can be exposed about. That was just a simple list of designs, but what about the full catalog of designs? Or what about currently running containers that you have inside of Docker desktop? Can Canvas import those, or can Canvas diagram that? There's like all kinds of features and things to potentially add. So the other extension that we've had for a couple of years now is the Meshery one. And so it's the full Meshery app, not just Canvas. It's out there, so go try it. That Meshery extension is in the Meshery repo. So the extension that I did not demo, but the original one from a couple of years ago, that actually we had announced in partnership with Docker when they first introduced extensions, that extension's right here. And the code for it is right here. The code for the Meshery Docker extension and the code for the Canvas Docker extension, it's very similar, small code base. It's actually two containers. There's the UI that we were looking at, the React-based UI, fairly small, just has a few components. That's one of the containers. That's the React app. The other container is also really small. It is, and there's probably no code change really needed on this at all. It's just a small Golang app that acts as a proxy for those REST-based requests that come from the React-based UI. When you're in the UI and you're clicking those buttons, that communication needs to go over to a Meshery instance. And this small little Golang app just proxies those network requests, those REST API calls. Anybody have questions or comments, thoughts on the extensions? Oh, really? No, I didn't think about that. That's interesting. I appreciate that feedback. Okay. Yeah, you too. Well, no, thank you for listening. Thank you for asking the question. Okay.
So where would this code sit, Lee?
Yeah.
Canvas, the extension?
Yeah, the Canvas extent. Actually, that's a great point. Thanks for asking the question. Now I can actually talk to a human, not just to myself and saying it. That's a good. It's sitting over here right now in the layer 5 org, although now that Hussein asked that question, it's like actually probably, it might make sense to move this repo over to the Meshery extensions org. The Meshery extensions org, Husseina knows, but I'll just say it for everyone else, is it's Meshery as a platform is very extensible. So it has all kinds of different extension points, different places to plug in. And sometimes people create those plugins in their own repos, and sometimes they put them into this project supported repo, and they make their they make those plugins a little more prominent. Each of the plugins, or each of the extensions rather, that are here, they get listed in a few different places. One of those is right here, meshery.io. extensions. So there's kind of a catalog of different extensions. Hussein, I don't know. I guess on your behalf, maybe I'll propose that repo get moved to the yeah. I don't, is that what you were? Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but yeah, please. Yeah,
Hey,
go
can
ahead.
I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Can you explain the proxy part a bit again? Is that interacting with the REST APIs and interacting with the Meshery server, or what's the architecture like?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good question. There's a diagram for this. Let's see if we can, if we go to Meshery Playground, there's a diagram in a Meshery design. I'll see if I could find it, which will really help explain things a lot better. All right, this will be a good test of the UX here. So Abid Sophie, the other guy that I just mentioned. So this guy, he created a diagram to help explain it. So if I look under, good Lord, this guy's busy. If we look under architecture diagramming, it's possible that this architecture diagram, where did it go? It's possible that this one is an explanation. No, it's pretty cool design though. It's got a lot in there. All right, let's try one more time. Maybe he didn't do it under his account either. So, oh, what do we got? This looks promising. All right, here we go. So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the debugger here. It's available to any of you. I'm just gonna right click, options, turn off the debugger so that we don't have that little bug down there. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, you can hit spacebar to switch between these two tool modes, spacebar to grab and move. All right, so to York, and then I'm gonna do this as well. Options. I'm gonna hide the grid lines for a moment just to. Okay, so for the canvas extension, this diagram is for the canvas extension specifically. And as I go to explain it, I'm gonna also point out that the Meshery Docker extension or the Docker Meshery extension, I remember there's an architectural diagram for it as well in the Meshery architecture deck. Really similar looking design or architecture. So I'll sit here and explain it here maybe. No, let me go to this one. All right, so the question was, hey, Lee, you mentioned that these two Docker extensions, that they're fairly small in nature, but each of them are comprised of two containers, two Docker containers. One is a container that has a small React UI, and the other one is a Docker container that has a small Golang app. And that the function of the Golang app, let's see if we can find it in here. Okay. The function of the Golang app is to just proxy network requests. Okay, so if we get oriented to what this diagram looks like, first of all, this doesn't belong. If this is your laptop, or if this is your machine, you install Docker Desktop on your machine. So here, when you install Docker Desktop, depending upon what type of machine you've installed on, if it's Windows or Mac, you'll get a virtual machine. You actually get a VM on your machine. If it's you install Docker desktop on Linux, you don't get a VM. Or I've never done it, so I'm speaking on something that I am not 1000% sure on. But there's no way that it makes sense that you would get a VM over there. You just get raw Linux. All right, so then when you install the extension, it comes in those two containers. One of the containers is called Docker. In the extension program, they call it a VM. It makes it a little bit confusing, but there's the Golang app, the proxy. It's the one that's called VM. There is something that's not diagrammed here, and it is the second container. It's a good thing we're going over this. We're about to publish this design. It's going to be wrong. Just sending this to the back. There's another container, the extension UI. The extension UI. Okay. I mean, the reason that it's not diagrammed is I think when Abid or whomever created it, they were thinking like the UI itself, it loads inside of your browser that you have installed on your machine. So like when you interact with that, yeah, I think even anyway, actually it kind of doesn't really, because the UI, normally that's how you interact with Meshery if you're using your web browser. The web browser runs on your machine, you open up your web browser, the UI app runs inside your web browser. Actually, in this case, the UI app runs inside of Docker desktop. Did you all, I don't know if you all kind of got that when I was demoing earlier. I'm going to share my whole screen. So here's my whole screen. Here's Docker desktop as an app. The UI itself is running in this like embedded WebKit or this embedded browser inside of Docker desktop. And we have Chrome over here and other apps like VS Code up and stuff like that. So this takes longer to explain than I wanted, but technically, send this to the back as well. I need to learn what the hotkeys are for sending things to the back. Do it. Technically, that UI VM, that UI container runs inside of Docker Desktop. It talks to that small, so this is the React app. It talks to that small Golang app, who in turn just relays the requests, like the list of 10 different designs. This React app, when I go over here and I navigate back, it sends the request that was spinning there for just a second. This React app sent a request through this small little Golang container, which is unintelligent, and it really just says, oh, I see that you want to make a request, a secure request to a remote Meshery server. And it just relays that HTTP, that REST API request over to a Meshery server, which says, oh, who are you? You're this account, and you're asking for this account, the most recent designs, about 10 of them. Sure, I'll respond with that information. Is that helpful?
Yeah, here's what I got. So this canvas UI is running in the Docker UI, Docker desktop UI, and then the extension VM is acting a type of a relay or a proxy which sends the request to the Meshery server. It's an intermediary, which is the Golang app, right?
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, and if we look just to help fully wrap your mind all the way around it, you already said it exactly right. But so if we look at this repo, or we look at the other Meshery Docker extension, the one that's inside of Meshery, the Meshery repo, they both look they're both structured extremely similar. And most of the guts of the program, like here's one container and here's the other one. Docker calls it VM, so that's why it's named VM. But yeah, when we look inside, a little bit ago, what's the purpose of it? To do a proxy. So it's like, wow, two Go files, and then some additional Go files to help facilitate the network traffic. Ooh, and this, you've been successfully authenticated. So along with when this proxy passes along those requests, it also includes this user's JOT, JWT. It's JSON Web Token. It includes your user's authentication token. So that's another part of what it facilitates. It also facilitates, like, to the extent that you log out and the request that you need to make is not about retrieving designs. The request might be, look, that you need to log in. So it facilitates that. I guess I already have an active session in my browser, so it readily returns. That proxy is just helping facilitate that as well. Nice. Any other questions, thoughts?
It's pretty interesting. So if I would like to volunteer for this Docker extension list, I can.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please. One of the best places to start is to go, install either this one or the other one, either way. And you might bump into a bug. You might bump into something that could look more pretty, or you might have some suggestions about additional functionality that would be nice to have here. So yeah, so you might find some open issues already, but if you don't, I would just, put it to use it, put it to use, see if you find a bug, see if you think it should do something else and suggest it. All right, Yash, I think that was it.
Thank you, Lee. I think everyone had a good session on the Kens itself as well. Well, we had an announcement, and I think the next agenda item is itself from you. So I'll
Yeah,
let
nobody.
you.
Yeah, no, nobody else put down agenda items, so I got stuff to talk about for
Everyone
years.
is enjoying the Thanksgiving, I guess.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, there is an item here to ask, actually, probably of Yash. Yash, I don't know that I heard back from.
Oliver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What I'll do is I'll discuss with Oliver what are the step forwards, and I think the follow up is not coming because still there is a lot of changes happened recently in the leadership level. So there is I'm still waiting for a team level meeting to raise it, but so that he can also discuss with the manager. But before that, I'll reach out to him and see what he says and how you want to move it forward, and then I will get back on the Slack.
nice. Okay, sounds great. Yeah, the one way of thinking, there's probably a couple of questions in there. The latest question that I left with Oliver was just the idea of the Meshery Academy and the ability for to have a DigitalOcean centric, or to have a DigitalOcean Academy within there, a DigitalOcean centric set of content. One way of thinking about it is like DigitalOcean has a program in which they encourage people to write blog posts on topics
Yeah.
and then help promote them. And it's just like one way of thinking about this is like it's another relatively prominent venue to expose use of, to do the same thing. It's except even better because it's not just someone's random dev.to site, post that no one visits. It's a structured program that people can walk through with a playground adjoined to it that people can test. So
I'll reach out to him and we'll get back what he says. Because I think he'll probably first go over on the credit thing,
sure.
and then after that on the Meshery Academy thing. And I also want to see what he says, because he's the one who usually manages the open source uh, partnership kind of thing. So I just first want to see his response, and then I'll follow up with him and discuss with my manager as well.
Yeah.
See.
Sure.
For
Yeah,
purpose.
another thing to do is to just put me in contact with his manager or your manager or something.
Yeah. I'll message him,
Something
and
that,
then I'll on the same email I'll try to um, mention CC the manager as well. We'll see.
sounds good. All right, next topic is just before KubeCon, we were trying to get just jump Meshery to its 1.0 so we could make an announcement, make a big splash. Like Meshery has been certainly ready for its .9 release for a while. There are some things that we would ideally finish up before we hit 1.0. I mean, it could go either way. Since we didn't make it to that announcement and we didn't make it to hardening the release and getting it out, Meshery is still here. Meshery is in its 8.x.xx. And I think we're on like release 176, maybe. I don't know. Actually, so if you think about it, if we made a release every day, which we don't, that would be at least 6 months that we've been on V.8. We don't even make a release once every 2 days. So for sure, we've been on the .8 for over a year. And it is well past time for us to get to .9. We unfortunately don't have any maintainers who are engaged enough to help steward this and to help us plan to get .8 finalized and to plan on .9. No one's engaged heavy enough at the moment, but everybody is encouraged to get engaged, to go steward the roadmap, or to go. Yeah. So I'll say it out loud. I don't. Come talk to me if you think you've got the time. Think you want to try it? It'd be good.
Uh, just one question, Lee, about this. I remember that we have this in our wiki, and there were discussion to move in a sheet or something like that to be able to track what have been done, etc. And I think that since this discussion, I didn't got that part. Just to know what is still to done, and
Yeah.
yes, that's it. Do you have any detail about that, or
Yeah.
is this something that is still need to be done?
I am looking right now. I thought that I had followed up with a conversion of it to a spreadsheet. And I'm searching in Google Drive right now. 24th. This could be. Okay, let me. Yeah. Whoops, it's the wrong button. This is not that spreadsheet. Anyway, I will search for it more. I thought that I had, but yeah, yeah. But yeah, between that spreadsheet to make sure that like all the things that we were trying to get done are done, and between like this very high level roadmap here, this super high level one helps, or we want to try to coordinate between them. I think a fair bit of this is accurate. I'll say this as you think on that, as you potentially work on that, like please do. And as you, part of working on that is like also working on what you're starting to draft or shape what the next release might look like. Here's some of what was stated before. There's one thing that's significant in my mind that from an architectural perspective that would be nice to have before we 1.0, but also in my mind isn't a strict requirement for us to achieve before 1.0. Because actually it could be a 2.0 that we plan this. It is a workflow engine. So it is the idea that when Meshery takes a design and provisions the design, well, I think we've talked about this before, like, any number of things could go right or could go wrong. And to be able to handle that with a core architectural component, a workflow engine, would be prudent.
Just I remember you already told me about that, and I did some quick search. And do we want to implement a workflow engine custom on our side, or perhaps try to see if there's some technology already available? I haven't. Yes, temporally was one of those I have in mind. I saw that Dapper, which is in CNCF, also offer that. So
Yeah,
perhaps we could just see how we could integrate with Meshery. I don't know, just
yeah, that'd be
something
great.
that I think about.
Yeah, we've long had our eyes on temporal. We've done there's a 3 or 4 year old doc that does an analysis of available workflow engines. I'll go find it and give it to you. But it had been temporal. For my part, I don't think Dapper quite achieves the use cases that we're looking for, or doesn't isn't set up in the way in which we. But yeah, temporal used to require Postgres as a backend database. Meshery server is compatible with Postgres. We use, as you know, like we use Gorm in Meshery server. By default, we point to SQLite, but Gorm can be used for us. We can swap out SQLite with Postgres, and we've done that work as well. It's in a PR and Meshkit. Although that was a couple of years ago. Since that time, temporal is also now compatible with SQLite. So, actually, yeah, this is part of the SQLite to Postgres workflow engine here. This is,
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
but yeah, it doesn't require Postgres anymore, is the thing. Yeah. There might be some specs even on some of this already, maybe. One thing just to help, for Husseina and Yash and all the rest of you, as you think about like the need for a workflow engine, or how it is that Meshery would use it and why, it's like, I just gave one example where if Meshery is provisioning a design, deploying a design, something goes wrong or something goes right, an engine like that can, help facilitate, correcting it or rolling it back, canceling it, whatever. But a bit more involved than that, more than just the entire design and did the design deploy. What we would ideally have are things like, just randomly, if you have a certificate issuer of Cert Manager, and every time that it issues a certificate, maybe you also want an email to be sent out. MailChimp. And so what I'm highlighting is that the type of workflow that I'm referring to is not just at the design level, like did my manifest deploy, did my Helm chart deploy? It's more like, oh, inside of here to facilitate workflow. Okay, first send an email, then issue the certificate, then blah, 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 and workflow like this. We don't have to, we wouldn't be achieving that out of the gate, like actually just, we would just move incrementally, start super small, just have temporal embedded to start with, have it, ensure that it's table, just deal with the embedding and the provisioning of its database is enough. And then there's many increments to building it out. Yeah. Cool. Hey, next topic up. Anybody, so Husseina helped write the certified Meshery contributor certification. Matthew helped write the certified Meshery contributor certification. Other people here. Oh yeah, sorry about that, Yash. I didn't mean to speak over you. You're probably speaking.
Yeah, I think I was mute. So I wrote unmute, but I was mute, I think, and nothing. You can continue. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So hey, next topic is all of us that are here that contribute to Meshery. There's a CNCF certification to put on your wall or to go get. It's the only CNCF certification that certifies you as an open source contributor. All the rest of the certifications certify you as a user of a CNCF tool. Those are wonderful. Meshery will have one at some point. But where we started with Meshery is to certify you as a contributor. So it's a free exam. It's not the hardest, it's not the easiest, but the study guides are all right in the exam. I just wanted to ask, has anyone been looking at it? Has anyone taken it? Anybody have any questions on it? Feedback on
I haven't took the exam.
it? Yeah. By the way, yeah. What's interesting is like, oh, whatever. Anyway, yeah, go take it though. Yeah, it doesn't cost anything. You can get it wrong. You can take it more than once. You can take it more than twice. As a matter of fact, there might be a limit of 3 on there, but I don't think that no one has hit that yet. And I guess I hadn't thought about it too much. We might let people take it even more than that. I mean, like we want to help people learn how to contribute to Meshery better. There's a whole fresh set of self-paced training about how to contribute to Meshery server, how to contribute to Meshery UI, how to contribute to Meshery CLI. There's links to all those self-paced trainings in the exam or in, it's good. All the answers to the questions are, almost all the answers are in Meshery docs. But anyway, all the links to which docs to read are in the exam prep So, okay. Anybody have anybody got any questions on this one? You end up with a badge, but you also end up with a certificate that comes in the form of a PDF that's signed and blah, blah. So here's the prep guide, what's covered and where the training is, and which docs to read. Also, yeah, I don't know, maybe we should, if anybody wants to do a study group, you're more than welcome to. We'll help you facilitate it. We can get a study group on the calendar, the community calendar, and like, I don't want to be the one facilitating it, but if that's something that somebody wanted to do, great.
I think I'll probably go and take the exam directly from the unit itself. But I really love the how the resources are mentioned here. It's just uh, the way it is like placed. It just shows you, okay, just watch it and then you can just take the exam. I'll take the exam as well.
Hey, that brings up a good point. Something that I didn't think of is that, like, wait. So this certification, it has like 4 or 5 exams. Each exam is set to take like half an hour. Okay, so I have to set aside like, 90 minutes or 2 hours to take. Now, actually, you can, when you start an exam, you need to finish that 30 minutes, but then you can walk away for a week, come back and take the next exam for 30 minutes and walk away for 8 weeks and do them or whatever. Like, you don't have to take them all at once, which actually that makes it a bit bite-sized. I didn't think about that. That's really convenient. Because then you can just study one topic, take the exam, study another topic, take the exam. And it's like, yeah.
I was just thinking, I was just giving a one suggestion. I'm not sure. Maybe as we expand, Meshery is a very large project, and as you learn more about it, maybe the contributor who is more interested in the CI part might be interested going more deep in the maybe CLI part. And they might get badge which is like the Meshery CLI contributor badge, a specific badge, because as the particular contributor is contributing in the CLI part, might be able to get the badge quickly, because as a contributor it might be little difficult to go over all of the components of the Meshery, and it will take a while for that person to get all of these done and then to get a certified badge. So Meshery contributor badge can be little one more level up badge maybe. I don't know. And there can be a subsequent badges for them, like a Meshery CLI contributor badge, or
Totally. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
totally. If you go to badges dot, yeah, there are, yeah. I mean, there are badges for each of the things that you just said. Well, wait a second. I want to say that there's a badge for Meshery docs. There's a badge for Meshery. I don't know that we've got a badge for each of the other architectural components. I think but we can certainly create those. Oh, there's a badge for UI and UX. Like, yeah. To your point, Yash, like it's helpful and encouraging to if the whole certification is a 5 exam thing, it's a lot. It covers it covers a lot. Yeah, having a badge for each of those exams. Now, the certification, the PDF, the credential, the globally unique ID of your certification, yeah, it requires all 5 exams, but yeah, on the way to it, yeah. It will take a super, super small change for us to do that. So like, we'll do that. But we'll
Yeah, something like a food for thought, because I have done some courses on Coursera. If you guys are aware of a platform called Coursera, so they have a master course in which they have subsequent courses. So when you complete a one course, you'll get a badge of completion of getting that particular course. But once you complete all the modules within that single course, you'll get a master badge, master certification, which is like you completed the whole module. So that way I was able to I completed one module, and then after 2 months, maybe I came back and completed the second module, and after 6 months, I got a master certification. As I learned throughout the process. So I was just giving a food for thought if it sounds good.
Yeah, it's actually an easy thing for us to implement. I totally agree. I'm compelled to share this for just a moment to say, in some respects, to Yasha's point, there's forethought that has been given to what it might mean to advance, to grow in your technical skill set with Meshery, and how that might play out. So the certificate that we've been talking about is this Meshery certified contributor. There's and it has 5 exams. But to Yasha's valid point, it's like, gosh, I thought it might just be one exam. I mean, there are 5 small exams that you can take, whenever you want to and stuff. But having a badge for each helps. After you achieve that certification, like, hey, these other certifications are planned. These 3 and this one. So I figured I'd just point that out as you go. Now, by the way, something to be aware of is that, like, yeah, there's the difference between a badge and the certificate. And so the badges are the things that we're seeing out there on that site. They look kind of like that. But the certification, I wish I had a link real quick to, I don't know if I have. Oh, look at this nerd. What a nerd. I guess I don't have I'm not certified. Man, I don't know if I deserve my badges, but yeah, like, anyway, the certificate shows up separately. Cool. Well, oh wow, I didn't realize we're over time. Anyway, that's that topic. Real briefly, good. There's this one that Matthew wanted to get to that we're not going to have time for. It's too bad. But Suhani, you had one. You want to hit this real fast? So you
Hi,
opened
Lee.
up. Hey.
Hello, Suhani this side. I have started contributed in Meshery Linked. I have created my first PI over there about add auto labor configuration and added workflow and tags that will be added on the PR that will be reopened or done by any of the contributor. So I just really wanted to ask that how Meshery here in mm, how Meshery Linked manages GitHub action versions or commit tags or tags and commit hashes we have used in auto labeler YML.
Yeah, but say, well, how does Meshery as a project use labels to organize issues and pull requests? Is that the question?
No. In the jobs uses
Yeah, go
Ceph
ahead, ask it again.
uh, action. We have uses action label at the rate v5. I just want to ask, okay, here what we should use the label version or commit hashes.
Oh, label version. Uh-huh. You might have to ask that question again because you said label version. I don't know what a label version is. A commit hash. I get what a commit hash is, but what's a label version? And if you're like me, sometimes I go to ask a question like I don't even know how to formulate the question because it's like I still don't understand this topic enough. So it's like, can you just explain it to me? I don't know if that's where you are.
Yeah, wait for.
Hey,
Maybe I think okay, maybe in case if you are not able to properly formulate, I will request you to send a Slack message, and we'll take it forward from there, and we'll see what we can do and what was your request. Okay, I am. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'll just wait for 5 more seconds in case if anyone have any urgent agenda that you want to discuss. We'll discuss with that, or in case not, then we'll wrap up. Um,
I just wanted to say, if you love this call and you wanted to know more about the project and start contributing to it, we have newcomers call on every Thursday, so you can join us tomorrow and get know more about the project.
Yeah, thank you, Naman. Definitely. In case those who are more interested in, you mentioned in the starting that you are interested more in the contributing part, I'll highly suggest you join the tomorrow's call, which is more friendly for you to ask any kind of question. You can ask any kind of question that you want. You can ask here as well. It's just that is a place for you to ask any kind of question that you have in your mind without worrying about the other agenda items. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. It's a Thanksgiving. Those who join, those who celebrated, have some good turkey. I am still not much aware of the celebration. I have to learn more about how the Thanksgiving goes. I really wanted to stick around more in the US during this time. I missed the Halloween in the US. I just came next day after the Halloween, and I also missed the Thanksgiving. I wanted to stick around, but I have to come back. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and yeah, enjoy. And we'll see you in the next meeting. Till then, good night, good morning, or good evening. We'll see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Excuse me,
Bye.
Goodbye.
yeah.
Yeah.
Am I audible and visible?
Yeah. Feel free to drop everyone. I can have a discussion with this.
Yeah. The meeting was awesome. Lee sir really covered all the topics from Meshery's architecture. One small doubt I had while working around Meshery locally on my Windows. Meshery has three main repos: schemas, meshkit, and Meshery, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
So
Yes.
schemas defines the structure of model components, schemas in that way. Meshkit implements generation, validation, and all that logic. And the main thing, the CLI is on Meshery, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was recently working on that. I have already contributed to some issues on I guess Mesh CTL that
Mhm.
was writing end-to-end I guess integration tests. Regarding that, I also had one question. Let us say you hang along on an error. So what do you prefer? You prefer unit tests or viewing the logs or manually solving the issues?
Uh, um, I think that's a good question for tomorrow's call. And the only reason is just I have to join the other call within 5 minutes. But how about I answer this question of your in tomorrow's call, or you can DM me and I'll chat with you asynchronously
On the
on the
Slack.
link.
All right. No issues, no issues.
I have to just drop for the different call. Sorry about that, but I'll carry forward your question on the Slack. Just DM me.
It was a great session. Thank you.
Thank you for joining, and I hope you had a good session. Thank you, everyone. Bye.